Promo sites is another thing that you can add so you can track the various promo sites that you, well, promote on. If you're on the Author Planner menu item and you look at the bottom there, you'll see Manage Promo Sites, and it'll take you to this page. So what is the deal with all of this stuff? Why would I want to add a promo site here? Well, if we jump back to the calendar view, remember we did an event promotion. So if we click on that, we can see that Bargain Booksy was the one we selected. We could choose Book Barbarian, or you can choose any of these we've added all of these by hand. So there aren't any of these in there by default. You would add these by hand for whichever services that you personally use. So we just threw a bunch of them in here, for this. I don't know how travel got in there, so that's an interesting promotion. But again, these were just test names or services that we know of, and we just kind of threw them in there. Cover art also showed up in here. As you can see, that's not an event, but again, just test data. However, that's the whole purpose of that for the choose service. And you'll notice when you're done with a particular promotion, you can actually rate it as well. So you can say, oh, this was a 1-star for me. It was 4 stars, 3 stars, 5. So that way you can kind of say, should I do this one again? Let me look at the history and see if it's worth it or not. So if we go back over here to the Manage Promo Sites, and I'll jump into a separate tab, you can add your own. You can see how many times it was used, assuming that you've, every time you enter it, it's going to count those up for you. How many times it was used, like KDP Select. That was obviously used a lot. Again, test data. But let's just take a look at this first one. So Bargain Booksy, I'll go ahead and click on that. And it will sit here and tell you all of these promotions that you did and so on and everything else. And what's cool is that you can also edit these here. So if this one was done or whatever, so here, we'll choose this one since it says May 1st, and we'll go like this and say, yeah, I'm going to give this one 5 stars, right? And then I'll set it to closed. When I update this promotion, now what it did was it moved that one down here to the closed section, and I see that it gave it 5 stars. So if I were to think about, do I want to use this again in the future for this Bargain Booksy thing? Well, yeah, I think I will, for that. So actually, this is since it's under the Bargain Booksy area, you might see this. It says, well, wait, why does it say Bargain Booksy there, and then promo and CDD promotion and so on under these various ones? It's just the title that you happen to give to that particular promotion. So maybe a better name for this would be promo, or whatever. Maybe it's like birthday, or I don't know, book anniversary, that kind of a thing, right? So you update the promotion, and that's why you're doing this whole thing, etc. It doesn't really matter. These are titles that you give to these things, and they're all listed under this particular promo site. And this way, again, you can kind of come back here and say, oh, well, what's coming up for this particular promo site? And, how much did I spend on this particular thing? Is it already done? Do I rate that item? What did I rate it? And so that way, when you're saying, I think I'm going to try, this Bargain Booksy or book, not funnel, but Book Librarian or whatever the various ones are, you can kind of jump into those, scroll down and go, well, how did I rate these before? And if these were all like, rated as 2, and you had like 3 of these rated as a 1 or a 2, you might say, maybe I won't put my money there for that. Whereas if you're getting 5s and 4s, you're probably going to go, yep, that's a good one. I'm going to go ahead and jump to it again. So it just kind of helps you to keep track of how successful you feel things are going with a particular promotion site. And again, you can do that with any of these, and you can make up your own. Again, things like cover art don't really make much sense. And it does give you the average rating over the course of time. And you'll notice, well, that's pretty low compared to what we were seeing. Well, that's just because all of these aren't filled in. If we went through and filled all of these in, we would see a different view of the average rating here. And it also will give you an average price and any other notes that you might want to put in for that. So like the URL and the notes, again, are going to be up here. So if I do like ASDF and update that, when it comes back, you'll now see that that's in there. So that's the purpose of the promotion sites.